Welcome everybody to Sunday night and ESC Fan TV. Really excited show lined up for you tonight. Tonight's all about Melodifestivalen 2021. Tonight we're going to walk you through all 28 selected artists, and the panel are going to give you their opinions on whether they are potential winners or potential losers. Tonight is all about those 28. But before we get into it, let's talk a little bit about Melfest. Melfest is back. It's been Sweden's choice for selecting the Eurovision participant for 61 years, in fact. And it's overseen 6 winners already. Sweden last won in 2015 with Måns Zelmerlöw's Heroes. And there are 28 great songs this year, no doubt about it. We are going to be in for a treat come February. Venues in Stockholm are yet to be decided. We're not entirely sure where Sweden are going to host this year's Melfest, but it seems pretty sure that we're not going to see too many fans, which is pretty sad. However, as always, we can thoroughly enjoy ourselves every Saturday night on SVT Online or anywhere else you might choose to watch it. Talking to Stockholm, however, I think it's about time I introduce my co-host this evening, all the way from Stockholm. It's Gustav. Hey, Gustav.
Hi everyone. Men vi ska ju faktiskt prata om Sverige ikväll, så jag tänker prata lite svenska med er nu. Inte för att någon förutom jag fattar det, men det här är ju faktiskt en Eurovision-kanal för Eurovision-fans av Eurovision-fans. And I'm back to English again.
Yeah, I have no idea what he just said. Was it polite?
Amazing. Fantastic.
Right. Let's talk about the panel. Who we got on the show tonight? My one and truly always and only co-host, the lovely Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Stu.
I haven't forgotten about you. Still love you. Mwah.
Aww.
Tom will be in the chat room tonight, so if you want to say some nice things to Tom, he kind of needs the friends this evening. Just chat away to Tom, and he will respond. He promises.
They're already chatting, Stu. Do you know
That's
what?
good.
Whilst you're doing this, I'm just going to put the comments so you know that I've not been totally dumped this evening.
Not totally. Hey to everybody in the chat room. Keep your comments coming. Make sure you click the like button if you like the show, dislike button if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. But most importantly, make sure you leave comments. And after the show is recorded, because we go live for you, this is all about us as a community and engaging. It's all about engagement. Make sure you leave some nice and also some indifferent comments if you don't like the show after the show is recorded on our comments section. Really important. And if you really want to help us out, feel free to share the show. We want to get this message out there as much as possible. And make sure you check out our new website, escfantv.com. We're live this week. Also on the show, all the way from Sweden, we have Jeanette. Hey, Jeanette.
Hi everyone. Hey, from Sverige, Malmö.
From Malmö, good to see you, Jeanette. All the way from Leeds in the United Kingdom, we have Mel. Who's on mute and drinking a glass of wine, so we won't disturb her.
It's the wine, yes.
That's why I've only had one glass, I just forgot.
And we'll say hi again. It's great to see her back. Ness, she's back on the show. Hey, Ness.
Hey. I've had to wear a hat because I've run out of hair dye.
Oh, bless you. I just thought you were cold. Bit that
it's
too.
The greys. Hey, Tom, you're looking hot.
Thanks, Ness.
He is. There's a story in that. Go and check out Tom's Facebook page. Also on the show tonight, we've got Joe.
Hello, I'm back again. Hi, everyone.
Yes, you are. And, exactly, yeah. Second night running. And all the way from Norway, we say hey to Morten.
Hi.
Right, without further ado, let's crack on with the show. We're going to start with the first 4 artists that we've chosen to present to you tonight. It is Alvaro Estrella, Charlotte Perrelli, Sanex, and Lovad. There you go. There's the 4 artists that we're going to discuss first. But I'm going to bring in my co-host to tell us all about these 4. Off you go, Gustav.
Yes. And now I see myself. That's lovely. So, the first group is Alvaro Estrella with the song Baila Baila. I should be able to say that better since I have a Mexican husband, but I can't. It's written by Anders Wrethov, Linnea Deb, Jimmy Joker Turnfeldt. And he describes his song as a feel-good Latino vibe song. You know what to expect from him, don't you? And then we
Yes.
have Charlotte Perrelli. She's back. Aren't we happy about that? And her song is called Still Young. It's written by
She's
Thomas
not.
It's written by Thomas Gesson, Bobby Ljunggren, Erik Bernholm, and Charlie Gustafsson. That's a lovely name, Gustafsson. And she describes the song as it's a fresh pop song with a lot of schlager in it. I think everyone is happy that it's not Mitleave 2.0. The third group was Sannex. And Sannex is a dance band. It's very popular in Sweden. I don't know anything about it because I'm not listening to that kind of music outside of Melodifestivalen, but apparently they are very, very popular. And their song is called All Inclusive. It's what you can expect from a dance band song. It's happy, you can dance to it. That's all they say. And then we have Lovad. This made me so happy. I love this singer so much. I've listened to her music since she started releasing it. And her song is called Allting är precis likadant, which could be translated to Everything is exactly the same. And isn't that nice? She says that she might cry on stage, so I guess it's a very emotional song. Over to you, Stuart.
I think these are going to be four very, very exciting artists, actually. I'm particularly looking forward to see Alvaro Estrella again. I'm not quite sure I've got over his song from a few years ago where he left his pants on the doorway and his trousers in the bath and his shirt in the kitchen. But he was back last year with Mendes, Mel, wasn't he? And we all remember what happened when we started talking about Mendes 12 months ago. That was a show and a half. Jeanette.
Daddy Mendes.
That certainly was. Jeanette, which of these four are you most excited about and why?
I have to pick Charlotte Perrelli and Alvaro Estrella, of course. Alvaro, he is now a grown-up man instead of a little boy. He's a sexy Latino. That works for most people. He's a former dancer, so he can move. He's been behind both Danny. Oh God, no, that sounded wrong. He's danced behind Danny, Eric, Sade, and Mons. I had to just clear
a whole
that up.
different story, isn't it?
We shouldn't go in there, but we don't know.
That's what he said.
And the song Baila Baila, I'm just a bit worried that it's like a football song, maybe a little bit too fun. Not sure, but I do like him. Charlotte Perrelli, yeah, she's gonna do well. She's gonna be in the final. Swedish people like her. She's gonna be sexy. I think it's gonna be maybe a banger. Could be. And it's her 5th time in Mello. And Thomas Gesson has written the song with some other guys. Moving on to Sannex, modern dance band. Not for me. Probably a sing-along song. And Lovad, Gustav, you know more about her than me. I just know that she is a very good-looking woman and haven't heard any of her music, so Gustav knows more about her.
He does. I wonder if we're going to get a bop from Sannex. I've just got a bit of a feeling. I've got a bit of a feeling about this one. A positive feeling, actually, about it. But we'll have to find out. It won't be long, will it? Tom, these four. And no, we're not on Alvingana yet. Which of these four do you like the most and why? You're on mute. Second night running.
Well, I try to keep you on your toes. This is the thing, Stu. Now, as I was saying, I totally agree with Jeanette. I love Alvaro and Charlotte Perrelli. Alvaro, let's face it, I'm looking for another Latino kind of dance track. Vamos Amigos last year was really good. It was just a shame, really, that it came so low in the final. Charlotte Perrelli, do you know what? I'd really like to see something different from her, though. I wonder what her voice sounds like with a nice big ballad. The song is called Still Young. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a bit cheesy. But I'm looking for, wouldn't it be nice if she came out with a nice big ballad that really challenged her voice? I reckon she could do really well with that. But those are the two I'm most excited for, Stu.
Well, I think she has to do better than last time. As Victor Dahlgren puts in the chat room here, she finished last in her semi-final last time out, so she's going to have to improve upon that. But there's always an excitement about Charlotte Pirelli. We're very nostalgic about old Eurovision winners, don't we? Not old, and I better be just clarifying myself before I dig myself a big hole. I'm not saying she's old, obviously. Just saying.
You mean she won in 1999 in Jerusalem?
Exactly.
She came back 9 years later. She got put through to the final as a jury's wildcard, which we didn't know until the event, and totally bombed in, where was it in 2008? Where did they host it in 2008?
The girl, though, that is a bob. So there you have it. That's Group 1. What do you think in the chat room? Tell us whether you think any of those 4 are potential Melfest winner contenders. So cynical, Neil. Has she got an album to promote? Group 2 is Clara Klingenstrom. Danny Salcedo is back. That's right. I mean, I still remember In the Club. That should have won for me that year. Ephraim Leo and Frida Green. Let's have a little look at these. So these are the 4 artists that we are now going to talk about. Gustav, back with you. What should we expect from these 4?
Yeah, let's talk about these 4 for a while then. Clara Klingenström, she's a new artist in Sweden. She has released a couple of songs, maybe 2 or 3. And they have all been in Swedish, just like this song is. This song is called Behöver dig inte idag, which translates to Don't Need You Today-ish. She has some really Melfest veterans that wrote this song for her, like Bobby Ljunggren and David Lindgren Zacharias. And she wrote this song when she was at the bottom and then climbing up. So I guess we can get a Swedish song that are like all the other Swedish female songs. It will probably be good though. Danny Salcedo, he hasn't said a thing about his song. Nothing. It's a mystery. But it's called Dandy Dansa. I can't even translate that for you. It's something dansa. Yeah. Ephraim Leo. His song is called Best of Me. He's also pretty new to the Swedish scene. He has had some singles. And he says that you can expect a lot of energy, even though it's a sad... The meaning of the song is sad, but you can expect a lot of energy. Did I forget someone?
Yeah, Frida Green.
Oh, I forgot my favorite. That's nice. Frida Green. She has... I'm just going to say this right away. She has a fantastic voice. It's unbelievably good. Her song is called The Silence, and it's written by someone I love, someone I really love, Anna Bergendahl. It's written by Anna Bergendahl, Bobby Ljunggren, David Lindgren Zacharias, and Joy Dead. And she says that her song is a source of energy, and it's a really powerful song.
Thank you, Gustav. I miss David Lindgren in the Melfest. I don't know about anybody else, but he's had some bops, hasn't he? Talking to someone who
David Lindgren.
Is it not the same one? Oh, which?
No.
We'll edit that bit out. Who cares? Mel, coming to you first.
Yes.
Which of these 4 are you most excited about?
Ephraim, actually. Like, I've listened to his stuff on Spotify. He's got like a recent song called One of Them Girls, and it's an absolute tune. And he's a really good singer. Like, he posted a video on his Instagram, I think today or yesterday, where he's singing live, and he's pitch perfect. I think he's going to be really good, and he writes all his songs himself generally anyway. So if his back catalogue's anything to go by with what he's going to present, I think he could be a bit of a dark horse.
And do you like seeing new artists enter the Melfest arena? Do you quite enjoy that, or do you prefer to see the returning artists? Because you tend to get this kind of split. A lot of the fans relish the idea of Charlotte Perrelli back and Danny Salcedo back. And then there are others that get really excited about new artists and new genres being presented at Melfest.
I think I like a bit of both, because to be honest, like I've been desperate for Danny to come back for years, and now he finally has, and he's not even the one I'm most excited about. So it's probably some of the newer ones just from listening to him. I think something fresh is going to be a lot more interesting. Yeah.
And I think Frida Grion is going to be another one to watch. You know, the fact that Gustav likes her tells me it's going to be a ballad. And,
yeah, she's got such a powerful voice, like you said. Like, did she win like Sweden's Got Talent or something?
Don't know. Ask the Swedes.
She got second place, I think.
Okay. Yeah, she's good though.
There you go. Right, Ness, great to see you on the show. Let's bring you in on this one. Which of these four are you most excited about, and why? And which of these four will you be rooting for during Melfest?
Okay. So it's thinking of me back, and I'm not on mute. I think I'm rooting for Frida, although I'm a little bit worried she might get a bit nervous to get through, because I've watched a performance of whatever it is, or The Voice, and I've listened to her songs on iTunes, and I think she's much better in the studio. So I would worry for her if the ballad was really big, that she could carry it through. But I'm sure she'll be fine. And then I didn't really fancy Clara Fingenstrom. Is that how you say it? Very much. I thought she's easily forgettable, although very pretty girl. So yeah, I think I'm pumping for Frida in this group. Don't mind a bit of Danny, but I'm a mum now. So.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people who wouldn't mind a bit of Danny. Jeanette, would you like a bit of Danny?
Well, I can always try. Have a nibble here and there.
Which part of Danny do you start first? Anyway, moving on to the four singers. Which are your favourites and why?
My dark horse is Ephraim. I think he could be a really dark horse, and he's open for Icona Pop, which is a huge popular band, Swedish band at Stockholm Pride. So I think it's going to be a banger. I'm pretty sure of it. Haven't seen that much of him, but I learned today that my work colleague went to the same school as him. So that's why he got some extra points from me. And Danny, yeah. Dandy Dansa, so I think it has something with his name, Dandy Dansa, but I'm not sure he's going to live up to the same quality that he did, with Amazing and in the club. And he was actually asked to be the host 2021 in Mello and turned it down because he wanted to join instead. But you never know. I like him. And Frida, I'm thinking it's going to be a breathtaking ballad. So we shall see. It's very good singers, all of them.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I mean, I remember doing this show last year, looking at the 28 artists and not being as excited. I don't know whether it's the fact that it's locked down and we're just going to get a different kind of show from all countries next year. But this feels to me like Sweden have upped their game even more than normal, and this is quite frightening for other countries. Actually, looking at this, I read about Clara and realise she's had 2 major hits in the last 2 years in Sweden. Not something that's travelled into international waters, but in Sweden itself, she's had a couple of hits. Ephraim Leo is, he's had a big hit and he's pretty well known. So even with the new artists, this is really exciting. So yeah, another 4 good ones there. Right, next 4 is these 4. Elisa Emil Asagard Dotter returning after coming second last year, and Tusa makes his debut. Tusa is a name that you're going to hear a lot of shortly. So let's hear over to you, Gustav.
Yes. So Elisa's song is called Den du är, which translates to Who You Are. She is usually singing dance band, but the way she's describing this song, I don't think it's going to be dance band actually. She describes it as a song that she can't describe in words. It's a very big song, the biggest song she's ever been singing. Emil Assergård has the song Om allting skiter sig, which loosely translate to if everything sucks, but you can translate that to many different things. He's actually pretty big in Sweden, but not a lot of people know about him. He was nominated to Rockbjörn, which is a big Swedish music prize. I have high hopes for him. I think he will be really good. Dotter, you all know Dotter. I don't have to say a lot about her. Her song is called Little Tot. That's going to be interesting. She says it's about recognizing your own egos. That can mean anything. And then we have Tusse. Tusse won Swedish Idol last year. He's one of those amazing entertainers, not only singers, he's an entertainer, but he has a really good voice too. And his song is called Voices. So over to you, Stuart.
Yeah, and the thing about Tusse, as you've mentioned quite correctly, is he won Idol, but he's also got some of the best songwriters writing his song. And hitmaker Andreas Redvov is back as one of the co-writers of this song, along with the Debs, who seem to have reconciled for Melfest this year. They seem to be doing a lot of songs together. So I think this one's to watch. Mel, Elisa participated in 2014 with Casanova. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I don't think it made the final, but I still remember it. Dotter last year came second. Really, really close to winning. And Tusse is a huge talent on the Swedish music scene and up and coming. Can't really talk about Emil because I don't know much about him except what Gustav has said. But which of these four do you think have the most chance of winning Melfest, and why?
I think Tusse, to be honest. There's something really, like, I've listened to his singles and stuff, and there's something really, like, you can't place a gender on his voice, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a really unisex tone it's got, and it's really interesting, and it excites me. Basically, it's something new, and I think if he is, like Gustav said, a really strong performer as well, I think he could be definitely straight to the finals. And obviously, if he's just recently won Swedish Idol as well, he's already popular. So, yeah, I think he's going to have a lot to give.
Yeah, I think this is. How do you feel about Dotter being back? Because you were a massive fan of Cry.
Yeah, and it didn't even qualify. I thought Cry was way better than Bulletproof, but there you go. And I'm a bit scared for her, to be honest, because after last year and doing so well, if she flops this year, it's going to be hard, isn't it, for her to take. The song title's a bit strange as well. Like, I don't know, it's not a catchy song title, is it?
Well, it's not. And you know what? We're getting through these artists now, and you're starting to see some real kind of heavy hitters. Those have been and done it before. Those are up and coming. Those that are a bit quirky. You're thinking, well, you know, there's 7 a semi-final here, and only 2 of them are going direct till finale, and 2 are going to Andres Jansson. So there's quite a few big hitters I think are going to miss out this year, and this could be a bit of a bloodbath in some of these semi-finals. Ness, you actually went to Stockholm last year and went to the final.
Oh, it's so tense. Oh,
I know. Well, I was going to make the point that you're the only one on this panel who actually had a holiday this year.
Yeah,
I know.
That's not true, by the way.
My annual pilgrimage to Stockholm is not going to happen. I'm very sad. I've still got.
I know. What did you make of Dotter?
I've still got pictures of people sitting 2 rows in front of me to the side with face masks on, and remembered saying, "Oh, how ridiculous!" Anyway, I live and learn. Thank God we're all still here and safe. So I like this group. I'm really animated about this group. Okay. I think Tusse, is that how we say it? Tusse. I think he's like a very young, was it Alexander O'Neill? You know, that kind of 80s vibe to him. Some of his videos I've watched, he wears some very snazzy clothes. So I like him. I wouldn't object to that. Dotter, oh my God, last year in the final. I felt for her, I really did, even though I wanted the Mamas to win. But anyway, who knew? I didn't know she'd done a duet with Mams. Michelle, if you're watching. Oh my God. Anyway, it's a bit boring. It's called Walk With Me, but it's okay. Emil, what's this? Right, Gustav, I might want to ask you this, or Jeanette. Right, he starts his song with a very rude word, and it's called Leave It, Live It. Is that right? And
Leva livet.
Yeah, but he starts it with bleep it, the F word. He starts with the F word. That's very naughty. So he can go to bed early.
Gustav can take that one.
It's very explicit lyric. But I'm going to go with Elisa, is it, or Lisa? Because she did a Swedish version of Fernando, which is one of my favourite ABBA tracks. So there you go.
There you go. Thank you, Ness. So, Tom, just coming to you quickly. What's going on in the chat room?
Well, Stu, going on in the chat room, we've got lots of comments. Neil is convinced that Dotter will get there. Remember, Sanna Nilsson won on her 7th attempt. I'm sure that is a motivational speech there for Dotter there, Neil. ESC Manga says that Dotter was my favourite last year. Pity that the song was second with 1 point. I hope this year they will win. Eves L says very different styles of music this year. And then Ozfrog's just throwing it in there. We don't even know who's in which semi-final yet, so that's a whole other level of speculation there.
So is. I love the fact that Sanna Nilsson did it 7 times. I feel like we got to see her from little girl to woman, you know? I mean, you remember when she did it back in the 90s? I even remember like the early 2000s, you know, when she was doing it. And then where she kind of got to, and it got to Eurovision. It's great to see, isn't it? All these artists come back year after year after year. You feel like you really know them. Hello, Tess Merkel. Group 4. Group 4 is Jessica Undershot. Talking of someone who's been to Melfest and Eurovision, Melfest about 1 million times. It's Jessica Anderson, #MILF. Julia Afrida, debutant Kadiatu, and guess who's back? It's former Sweden Eurovision representative. It's Erik Saade. Go on, Gustav, do your stuff.
Yes. So Jessica Andersson is coming back for her 8th attempt at Melodifestivalen. And she's not coming back with a Party Voice 2.0. No. She's coming back with another big ballad. And I'm so excited! I love a big ballad. Then we have Julia Alfrida. She's the one who won Svenska på nästa, or she doesn't have to win it. They just choose one of the competition. I forgot the word. Sorry. So here's the thing. I have just recovered from COVID, so I'm a little bit mushy in my head. So let's start this over again. Julia Alfrida was in Svenska på nästa, and she got chosen to be in Melodifestivalen. That worked out much better. Her song is called Rich, and if you have heard her other stuff, it's a lot of Billie Eilish, a lot of dark, a lot of instruments, and I love it. I can't wait to hear this song. Then we have Kadiatu. Kadiatu came second in Swedish Idol the year before Tusse won, and she has a lovely voice. But this song is not going to be a ballad like she sang the most times in Swedish Idol. This is going to be a dance song, and she wants everyone to dance to her one touch. And Erik Saade is back. Finally, that sexy man with the song Every Minute. And he describes it as a very dark and sexy pop song. So I can't wait for that.
Thank you, Gustav. It doesn't have the same appeal to me. I've just put that out there. I think we'll start with Joe. Because she hasn't spoken yet, bless her. We love Joe. Joe, Erik Saade, does he give you the same? Do you have the same reaction to Jeanette that's on the opposite square to you?
Not really. I think probably old enough to be his mother. I don't know. Yeah, I'm really glad he's back. I mean, I loved him as a presenter, and he's one of those guys that I'd really like to meet one day and say, "Oh, look, I've met Eric Saga." But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got. What he's got up his sleeve, so to speak. But in this group, I have to say, is it Cadiato? I am really, really looking forward to hearing her because I just loved her. I listened to a couple of her other songs, and I have to say, I thought they were amazing. Her voice is fabulous. So, I think out of the newbies, she's the one I'm looking forward to most, I have to say. But I am glad Eric's back, and I'm glad Jessica's back as well. We all love Party Boys, and when she was in Fame, so it's good to see her back as well, so to speak. But yeah.
Thank you, Joe. I'm not sure Tom has the same reaction to Party Voice as you just had. Tom, are you glad to see Jessica Anderson back?
Well, it's always good to see stalwarts back, Stu, but I'll be honest, I'm far more excited to see Eric Saada back. Who knew? Now, the one thing I think actually, so I don't know if people do follow Eric Saada's Insta, but obviously I do. He did actually say on his Instagram that he was originally going to release the song for Melfest, was due to be released September, October this year. But he was convinced to hold it back for Melfest. It also represents a return to songwriting and singing in English, because his last album, The Black Sheep, was actually all in Swedish. So he's kind of bigged it up a lot on Insta, and I think that's quite an attractive proposition. Jessica Anderson is quite enjoyable. I've enjoyed, I can dance to Fame's song as much as anyone, but I'm a bit over it, I'll be honest. And the other two, well, Eric Saada's in this group. There you go, that's all I can say.
Yeah, excited much? Jeanette, these four, who are you most excited to see back?
We'll start with Jessica. Obviously, she's, what did you call her? A MILF? Or?
She's definitely a MILF. She's one that we've kind of seen from 2003. And I mean, obviously, I'm growing a bit older as well, and I don't have the same tastes. It's not interested in the same genre as my friend over the far right is. So I guess I'm saying this group, there's one for everyone, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's for everyone, and she's done a lot of music. She's been 8 times in Melodifestivalen, and obviously won 2003 with "Give Me Your Love." And this song "Horizon," I think it's going to be a great ballad. As Gustav said, and she has a really good voice, so I think it's going to go to the final. With Julia Alfreda, I don't know much about her, so just listen to what Gustav said about her. Cadiato, yes, she can sing. That girl can sing, and I think it's going to be a banger again. And she had a song that was played in Grey's Anatomy episode also, so I think it's going to be a good song. And then when we talk about Eric, I'm so happy. I'm so happy he's back, and I was happier this spring when he actually left his girlfriend and decided not to marry her, but he found someone new soon, so it's a shame. Obviously, Manboy, popular, millions of Swedish songs, that's been so good. He hosted Mello 2019. He has it all. He got the smile. Everyone's gonna love him. Sure of a final, 100%, and I've already picked him as my winner.
Oh, there you go. Just on the Fame thing. So I was a bigger fan. I like Fame and I like their song in 2003, but I actually preferred 2004, Vinda van der Os. I thought that was a better song, but I don't know whether anyone agrees with me. I better ask Gustav, because he probably disagrees.
I don't even remember that song.
Came sixth in the Melfest final 2004.
I was also like 9 years old, so
I was going to say, Stu, you have to remember that you're a little bit more.
Shut your mouth, you. Let's move on. Thank you very much. Group 5. So okay, this is where it gets a bit different. So this is a bit for everyone as well, isn't it? We've got Clara Hammarström that we saw last year. We've got Little Sister, top left. We've got Mustache and Ralph that we saw a few years ago with a Berlin piano, which actually I really liked. I thought it was a really good song. And back again, another very popular performer in Sweden, Anton Ewald, or Ewald, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Back with you, Gustav. Give us a quick rundown of these.
Yeah, so Clara Hammarström is entering again with a song called Beat of Broken Hearts. And she says it's going to be very Disney. Maybe that will make me like her song more than I did this year. Lilla Sister is a rock band. They made a cover of Rihanna's Umbrella that went pretty big here. And their song is called Pretender. I'm actually quite excited about this. I think they might be really good. Then we have Mustache. And they are also going to sing hard rock. So we have two from zero, the previous years, to 2 rock songs. That's quite exciting, actually. And this song is called Contagious. I'm not sure about that title right now. No. And Anton
couldn't make it up, really, could you?
And Anton Ewald is back too, and with his song New Religion. It's going to be a lot of dancing, banger for sure, and some more eye candy for me. I'm not sad about that.
And I thought his song Begging was pretty good, actually. I really like, and Natural as well. Both songs I thought were really good and could have been pretty decent for Sweden if they'd made it to Eurovision. Morten, we finally get to talk to you. Bless you. You've been sitting there waiting so long, looking so... He's done a great job, hasn't he? He has. He's been the centre circle, centre square, sitting there looking so happy, waiting for his turn. Off you go. Which of these 4 do you prefer the most? Which ones do you think will be your favourites, and what are you most excited to see?
The thing is that I think these 4 songs are going to be so different in each of their ways. So I think it's going to be up to the song and not the artist, because I think Clara, she has a great voice, and but when you said she has a Disney type of music, I was like, no, I don't hope so. So the one I'm actually most excited about has to be Lilla Sister. Most because I don't listen to a lot of rock, but whenever a rock song comes and it's good, then I really like it, and I hope it does well, and I hope rock does well in Melodifestivalen because it deserves it, at least. Mustache, I don't know, heavy metal, not into heavy metal. And Anton, I know he's a veteran in Melodifestivalen and has been to a lot of things in Sweden and Eurovision. So I'm going to be excited to see what he offers. But I think I'm most excited of Lilla Sister with these 4.
Yeah, it is very different, isn't it? And it's great to see rock. We've had rock over the years, done well and done not so well at Melfest. But Ralph's a pretty good singer. And you'd imagine Mustache will bring something quite spectacular. And as you say, Little Sister, a bit different. So it'll be good to see. Ness. This is a bit different. Which of these 4 are you most excited about?
Oh my God. It's like taking me back to 1984 when I was listening to... no, actually, it's a bit older. I'm not going to give it away. Iron Maiden. It's like Mustache are Iron Maiden reincarnated. Really, yeah, I'm going to be listening again. And I don't have Spotify, but I can find them on my other application. Really love them, actually. And Lilla Sister, is that how you say it? Yeah, they're quite heavy as well. But my preference is Mustache. And then Clara, yeah, I can't deny she has. I'm just looking at my notes. Just for our audience, I have done my homework. Yeah, she's got a beautiful voice, stunning. And I think it was Neil on the chat said, "What a name! Yeah, it's an extraordinary name." So that just leaves Anton, doesn't it? I just wrote in brackets "hot guy," but not from my perspective. I'm far too old. But yeah, pretty to look at.
Thank you, Ness. I'll take your word for it. Mel.
Hello.
This is right up your street.
It's a bit of me,
Yeah, I was going to
isn't it,
say, yeah, this group is right up your street. Tell us about them.
Yeah. I'll start with Lily Astor. Like, they give me proper old school Metallica vibes. Like, I'm expecting pyrotechnics and a big guitar solo and stuff from this. I think it's going to be really good. And then, oh, sorry, not Lily Astor, but Mustache. I'm on my second glass. Yeah. Yeah, like I think they've been around for like 30 years, so they're quite well established. Mustache, and yeah, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Hopefully they make it to the final. Hopefully they've got like a proper banger, because obviously I know rock's not most people's tastes when it comes to Eurovision, so it has to be kind of a more universal rock sound to get through. But I think, like Ness said, there's very like classic 80s hair metal, like Iron Maiden, Metallica, stuff like that. I think they'll do really well. And Lily Astor, they're more like metalcore vibes, so they're like more modern rock. They remind me of a band that I used to listen to quite a lot called 36 Crazy Fists, like where they've got like screaming vocals and stuff like that. I'm not sure how well they'll do. I think that might be a little bit too alternative. I think they probably won't qualify, but I'll enjoy it. It's going to be nice to see actually two different types, two genres of metal music in Melfest, which never happens really. Clara, obviously Danny, my good friend Danny, loves Clara. He's very excited for her to come back. She was really good last year. I'm surprised she didn't qualify, so I'm excited to see if she comes back with another banger. But yeah, like when Gustav said Disney vibes, I'm a bit like, I'm sure about that. And Anton is just, I'm going to try not to swear, but Jesus Christ, he's a sexy man, isn't he? That's a good-looking boy. Does anyone know if he's got divorced? I can't tell. But I know he married someone like the same age as me, so he likes him a little bit older. I'm sure Tom won't mind. It's fine. But yeah, I think he's going to put on a really good show. I think there'll be some good choreography. He's not that strong vocally when it comes to singing live, but he'll definitely put on a good show. So I think this is a really strong fall. It's going to be interesting.
I think it will be. Just that thing on rock. You're right, Melfest, rock tends to struggle. Be nice to see it do well. I can't recall a rock song at Melfest doing well since 2006 and A Night of Passion by the Poodles, which really is a fantastic rock song. Go and check it out on YouTube. It's still there. I mean, we'll go back in the ages of Melfest, but it is still a very good song. There you go. That is someone on the panel's already Googling it. Let me have a look. Right, we've only got two more groups. So this is group 6. Natalie Brydorf, top left. Patrick Jean makes his debut, and I'm sure Gustav has something really interesting to say about him shortly. Paul Ray returns, Talking in My Sleep. I thought was pretty good last year. My co-host, or usual co-host, disagrees. He'll have something to say on this in a moment. And Alfingana are back. And we're all so happy about that, aren't we? Because we love Alfingana. Gustav, take it away.
Yeah, so Natalie Brydolf is entering with her song Fingerprints, and it's going to be a big ballad, and I can't wait for this. which you already guessed, I guess. She was also in Swedish Idol together with Cariato. She ended at 5th place, I think, getting eliminated when she sang a duet together with Benjamin Ingrosso. She has a great singing voice, so I can't wait for this. And then we have Patrick Sean. Patrick Sean is entering with the song Tears Run Dry. Wait, I lost myself again, sorry. He says that it's a song that you can dance and cry to. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited. Do you know the name Patrick Sean? You should know it because he wrote the winning song from Melodifestivalen last year, Move. He also was a backing singer to it. I want him to go far a little bit extra because power to the gays. Then we have Paul Ray, The Missing Piece. And he says that it's a song that builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. And I loved Talking in My Sleep. And Tom's taste is always wrong. So I can't wait for this. And at last for this group, we have Arvingarna. Everyone knows Arvingarna, so I don't have to say a lot about them. Their song is called Tänker inte alls gå hem. And loosely translated, that is won't go home. You could put in some obscenities there, but won't go home. It might also be a Corona song. I don't know. Over to you, Stuart.
Yeah, but it was also written by Nana Gronval, nonetheless. So that makes me very happy. An Arvingarna song written by Nana Grunwald, Thomas Gierson and Bobby Lundgren sounds like an absolute banger. So I'm really excited by this, actually. I actually think Arvingarna could be one of the outsiders to win. Joe, Arvingarna, you must be over the moon to see him back.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, and as you say, that what a pedigree of songwriters in that one. I love them. I absolutely love them, and it's just going to be fantastic. The vibe's going to be there. It's bound to be a banger. It's bound to be a great song. They're so popular anyway, aren't they, in Sweden? So you can just imagine them getting straight to the final, direct to final, and then just smashing it. I'd love to see him back. I'd love to see him in Eurovision again, wouldn't you? It'd be amazing. But I mean, Paul Ray, I'm not so bothered about. I'm sorry. I agree with Tom. I didn't like Talking This Sleep last year. Although, of course, this has been written by the one and only Laura Barker, so you never know. And of course, Laurel's also wrote Natalie's one as well, hasn't she? Is that right? So again, Natalie could also do really well. I've listened to it a little bit and I've sort of like switched off. So hopefully the song will be a lot better. And it will be good to hear what Patrick has to sing himself, because obviously he's co-wrote his song, and of course how brilliant Move was last year. So yeah, look, it's a good group, really good group, this one.
Do you know what? Don't care what Tom says. Paul Ray's song last year was great. And regardless whether you like it or not, his charisma on stage absolutely rocketed it up. And I'm fully expecting Paul Ray to be a contender this year. Nah. Come to you in a minute, my love. Firstly, though, Morten, which of these four are you most excited about?
It's not even a question. Arvinga all the way. Because in 2019, the song I Do, my favorite in 2019, still listen to it every day, always loving it. It's never gonna get old, that song. I don't know why. And like when I saw them gonna participate next year, I was like, wait, is this real? I have to like pinch myself to see if it was real, because I'm so excited. This is gonna be so good, absolutely fantastic. They're gonna win. They're just gonna blow Europe away. Maybe not, but I think it's gonna be good at least. Paul Ray, I think we're gonna have to agree with Tom here as well. I don't like Talking in My Sleep. Don't think he sings so very well. I'm gonna be it's going to be interesting to see what he brings next year. Patrick Sean, looking forward to seeing what he has to participate with. And Natalie, I don't know so much about.
Thank you, Morten. Yeah, Paul Ray. I mean, look, he reminds me a lot of Liamu. And, you've always got that kind of a performer and artist in Melfest. I'm dreading going to Tom because he's going to say bad things about Paul Ray and good things about Avingana. I just think it's so unbalanced. Should we just not go to Tom?
Oh, do you know what? I could just look. There we go. Right. So while Stu's microphone's muted, come on, it's an amazing group. There are some really strong artists in there. Of course, the most notable one for me is Avingana, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Patrick Jean, however you pronounce it. Really exciting because obviously he wrote Move. I'm really, really, really looking forward to seeing what he can produce. Obviously, you've got a finalist from Idol 2018 in there as well. And Avingana, I mean, what is there not to like? I mean, that is going to be the song of the night when that goes on. I hope everyone is strapped in for it. And then obviously, there is Paul Ray for some people with a particular taste to look forward to. But, that's the great thing, isn't it, Stu? We're a diverse bunch. We don't all have to like the same thing. Let's hope it's better than last year.
Well, quite exactly. We're all very, very different, and we all like our own styles and genres. So there you go. That's a pretty good group, though, isn't it? And, we're down to our final group, and you're looking at this so far and thinking, some of these are going to struggle. This is going to be a very interesting Melfest. Talking of which, we got a comment. Avingana had to come through Andra Chanson last year, so they might. Yeah, exactly. And someone did make a point in the chat a few minutes ago that Nana Grumble did write their song last year, which I'd completely forgotten, so that's fair enough. Right, Group 7. If we can take the comments off. There we go, fab. Group 7 is Tess Merkel, once of Alcazar. I think they're no longer a thing, are they? The Mamas are back to try to defend their crown that they so sadly were unable to defend or take to Eurovision in Rotterdam. Val featuring Sammy and Eva Rydberg and Eva Roos. I've probably butchered that entirely, but then we've got Gustav to help us out and put me right. So over to you, Gustav.
Yes, so Tess Merkel is 1/3 of Alcazar, and they don't exist anymore. So she's actually the third to go to Melodifestivalen as a solo artist. Her song is called Good Life, and it's all about the positivity. And then we have the Mamas, and everyone knows the Mamas. So I'm just going to say that their song is called In the Middle, and they are back again. Wall feat Sami. This I don't know anything about because I'm not listening to hip hop. But I know that they have been in different groups and different constellations of groups for many, many years. They are popular, people know who they are, and their song is called 90-talet, the 90s. And last but not least, because they are very old, we have Eva Rydberg and Eva Roos. They have been famous here in Sweden for many, 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 many years, but mostly as actors and not singers. Their song is called Rena Rama Ding Dong. And that's it, Stuart.
Thank you, Gustav. Talking of Rema Rama Ding Dong, make sure you ding a dong our bell so we can give you live notifications for future shows. Now, I had to weave it in somewhere. I had to wait to the 28th song just to weave that in. If you haven't already, ding a dong our bell. We will go live and tell you that we're going live each and every time. Very important, that. Right. Final 4. Let's go over to Joe. Joe, tell us about these 4. Are you excited to see Tess back?
Yes, I guess I am. I mean, I've got to admit, I'm probably not the world's best Alcazar fan. I never really did. But you know, a bit of feel good. So that's what I'm expecting from Tess, a nice little bit of feel good. Probably get through to unofficial, probably won't get much past that potentially, because of the pedigree that's in this field. I think she may struggle, to be honest. The Mamas, I am just over the moon that they're back. Justice should be that they should win and all that, but it's not a given. And to be fair, I just think that there's too many other good artists that they could struggle this year to actually win. But it is good that they're back and that they get a chance. And I do love them, and they are wonderful. Wal and Sammy, yeah, not my kind of style of music, either of them in their halves of the other groups that they were in. I'm not into him at all in any way, shape, or form. I'm a bit of an old bird. But talking about old birds, the two Avas, is it Ava and Eva? I can't pronounce them, but yeah, they'll make up the numbers, and I guess they'll probably get lots and lots of points, votes because of how popular they are, really. So looking forward to seeing what they've got.
Yeah, let's not forget C'est la vie from a few years ago, and Kiki, Bet and Lotta. Sweden does like a good old duo. Does work sometimes. We had a few of the older folk in the final. Jeanette, coming to you, which of these for you most excited about? Oh, hang on, you're on mute. Off you go.
Thank you. It has to be Tess, of course. Alcazar, oh my God, they're so good. There's not a song they have done that's not good. And all of them are just songs you need to just dance and sing and drink and do it all over again. So I'm pretty sure she is going to make a really pop song that everyone's going to dance to. So I'm pretty sure she's going to make it to the final. Well, but who knows? And then the Mamas. What can I say? Well, yeah, I wanted Dotter to win last year, but the Mamas was okay. So I feel a bit sorry for them not doing the Eurovision. So they will get a lot of votes. Sure of them making the final because they can sing. And if we talk about the Val featuring Sammy, no clue. If it's hip hop, it's nothing for me. But in Mello, we have all sorts of music, so it's for somebody. And Eva, well, as I said, there's something for everyone.
Thank you, Jeanette. And Morten, which of these were your favourites?
Of course, I have to say that Mamas is my favorite, as they were my second last year behind Mohambi. And I think it's interesting. Don't laugh, Gustav. And I think it's interesting to see what they'll bring this year, if it's as good as the last entry. And I also think it's going to be interesting to see what Tess brings to the table and what she brings alone. So I have to be. I'm most excited about Tess, but I think the Mamas will be the best out of.
Thank you, Morten. I'm sort of expecting Tess to bring something very similar to Jessica Anderson's Party Voice or Lena Headland's Victorious from last year or the year before, can't remember which. It always seems to be that it's that type. Just looking at her songwriters, though, I don't know much about Tony Malm, Palle Hammarlund and Mats Tandfors. So I don't know whether... Are they new, Gustav of Melfest? I've not come across those before.
What did you say?
The songwriters for Tess Merkel's song, are they new to Melfest? They look like new names or newish names.
I would not say that they are new. I think they have done a couple of songs, but I can't remember anyone.
Okay,
on the top of my head.
Well, anyway, let's see if the Mamas can defend their crown. They were very cruelly. They very crudely had their Eurovision moment taken away from them. But what I'm going to quickly do before we end tonight's show is just going to go around the panel and just ask them for one artist that they think could and should win the ticket based on name alone. Let's start with Joe.
Our Vingana, of course, anytime.
Let's go to Jeanette next.
Erik Sade.
Eric
What can I
Sade
say? He's got it all.
So far we've gone for previous Eurovision participants. Let's see if we're going to change that. Morten, who would be your pick?
Arvingarna all the way.
Oh, we're so nostalgic on ESC Fan TV, aren't we? Mel, who would be your pick?
Oh, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I'm going to go for Ephraim. He excites me.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to see somebody new. Ness, who would be your pick to go to Eurovision? Interestingly, no one's picked the Mummers.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Deep down in my heart, that's what I want. But actually, I think Moustache.
Ooh. Moustache, there you go. Do I even need to bother with Tom? He's going to say off. Tom, who would you like to send to Eurovision? You're on mute.
I am going to take myself off mute, and I am going to go for a new name. I would love to see Arvingarna, obviously. But you know what? Based on name alone and Insta followers and things like that, I'm going to go and say
That's
Anton
a good call.
Evold.
That's a good call, actually. And finally, Gustav.
Yeah. I'm going to say Cariato.
There you go. Some good picks there. So a mix of previous Eurovision participants and new debutants to Melfest. So yeah, I think there you go. There's your 28. I don't know what the chat room is saying. Have we had any comments in terms of anyone willing to select their participant, Tom, or are they just all chatting away in the chat room?
They're just having a little conversation. Obviously, you know, there's a fair share of Arvingarna fans. Oh, I'll tell you what, hang on. There we go. Neil said it's difficult to say without hearing the songs, but obvious someone has to say it.
Exactly. We
There
know
we go.
that. Anyway, that's it. So that's your Melfest lineup done. We're going to come now to all the other national finals. I think probably next up will be Estonia. We've got SD Lau. They've just released their songs. Israel have just released their 9 as well. We're going to get round to. Make sure you stay with us at ESC Fan TV. Tell all your friends. Log on to the new website at escfantv.com. Like this show or dislike it if you hated it. Tell us why you liked it or disliked it. Really, really keen to know. And make sure you ding a dong our bell. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Ness. Great to see you again, Ness. It's been a little while and fabulous to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Lovely to see you all.
Huge thank you to Mel. Great to see you again.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
loving the Leeds United shirt as well. Come up the whites, whatever you say.
Oh, all Leeds, aren't we?
Great to see Morten on the show.
Thanks for having me again, and looking forward to loads more
Yeah,
shows.
it's just all kicking off again, isn't it? It's all starting. Albania first on the 16th. Joe, good to see you.
Oh, you too, Melody. See you soon.
Great to have you on the show, Jeanette.
Nice to be back. Happy about it.
Yeah, and happy Melfest. And good to see you as well, as same as yesterday and the night before, Tom. But good to see you as always.
Good to see you as well, Stu. And let's not forget, we're talking about national finals, Stu, but people should be aware there are some best ever votes coming up very soon as we lurch towards Christmas. We're doing a special edition. It's going to be a cracker.
Yes, it is.
More news coming on social media soon. Check out our Facebook and Insta.
And a big thank you to our debutant co-host this evening, Gustav. I think he did a pretty good job. Should we give him a round of applause? It's not easy being a co-host. Congratulations, Gustav. I'm sure you get lots of love on the chat room as well. That's it for tonight's show, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've run over just an hour. Make sure you do go and give us some comments, and please do share it on social. Go and check us out. We will see you very, very soon. And thank you again. Let's look forward to a fantastic national final season ahead. Bye-bye for now.
Bye. Perfect time.
Bye.